This rude guy almost interrupted my bow, can you believe that? Anyway, welcome back. This room always makes me a bit more tense than the others. It's extremely narrow and the summoner is right at the end here. The sorcerers seem to attack with the scythe in a kind of underhanded way. I wonder if it's because their enemies don't usually have the chance to get that close to them, so they're not as practiced in fighting in close quarters or something. With all these cramped, narrow hallways, 4-2 reminds me a lot of Stonefang Tunnel's second level. I doubt it's intentional, but you never know. These enemies are called phosphorescent slugs. They don't pose much of a threat, but they're guarding all of the loot down here in the water, and I want to search it all for Dark Moonstone. On this mound, we receive the katana called Hiltless and the Ronin's Ring. I'll talk about the Ronin's Ring first. It halves weapon durability damage, essentially doubling the amount of time it takes for a weapon to break. For most weapons, durability is barely an issue, as evidenced by how long we went until our weapon broke in World 3. For katanas, though, like Hiltless, which have some of the lowest durability in the game, the Ronin's Ring can be helpful. Hiltless itself is a really fun weapon because every direct hit you land on an enemy with it removes 3% of your health. I say fun only because it's one of my favorite weapons to use in a challenge run to shake things up a bit. I want to say that we've gotten everything, or at the very least everything of importance, so let's carry on. Before traversing the fog door, I'm going to equip my Ring of Magical Sharpness. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put the Thief's Ring back on. Old Hero's visual design is so radical. The flaying of his lips that's shown off in the intro cutscene is especially intriguing. Talk about a swing and a miss. It's like he didn't even see me. is that the bandages covering the old hero's eyes aren't just for show. He literally cannot see. This boss is forced to use the sounds that the player makes to find them in his own boss arena. This is a really neat detail and an interesting twist on a boss, but his hearing is really good. That is, at least unless you have the Thief's Ring equipped. It kind of trivializes this fight and makes it so that he loses your auditory scent after throwing one or two attacks in your general direction. Without the ring, he's usually a lot more aggressive. With that said, I kind of wish that the old hero wasn't in World 4. Not because I think he doesn't fit the atmosphere of the world or anything like that, but because he's a boss that's affected so heavily by the Thief's Ring, and in a world where the player has already benefited the most from its use. Don't get me wrong, I love that the game rewards the player for smart thinking, but I dislike that an easy old hero fight is just an added bonus from the player figuring out how to avoid storm beasts, rather than figuring out how to defeat the boss itself. Just my 2 cents though, and I don't see it as a big mistake or anything. Good stuff. The second boss of World 4 is done with a death cry that sounds like it's out of the Grudge. Here's a question for you though. If we just killed him, why is he back up there? Honestly, I never noticed this until I was playing it now. Is it an oversight or a lore thing? I'm leaning more towards oversight, but it's definitely him, and it's definitely not a statue. A very specific amount of 31 holy arrows is up here, and a hero demon soul is on the archstone. Time to head back. $75,000 souls is easily enough for a level up, or a stupidly overpriced ring in World 3, but let's get rid of that pesky soul we just earned for an additional 36 grand and spend it all on more damage for our magic.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Art thou done?
Thank good I was...
I'm going to take out the Dark Moon Stone from our stockpile and then get back into soul form before checking up on our friends of the faith.
Thank goodness, the Lord has not forgotten me yet. For he has reunited me with Saint Urbain. I shall serve him and pray with him, and thus express my faith in God. Mbasa. I plan to bequeath all my possessions to Saint Urbain. My grandfather's articles may contain more miracle stone shards like the one he gave me. It has no intrinsic powers in and of itself, but Saint Urbain can hear the voice of God through it. Oh, I can hardly believe it. The fact that I am helping to save the world. Oh, Saint Urbane. Mbasa. Oh.
You have rescued the Honorable One. I express my deepest gratitude. You have relieved me of a great onus. Oh, thank God. Umbessa. With Lord Urbane back, the magicians will have to watch themselves. Thanks to his holy miracles, you brave battlers of demons will no longer be solely dependent on dark magic. Isn't it wonderful? Surely the demon slayers have awaited such an opportunity. Do you have any connection to Patches the Hyena? I trust not. He is a depraved, vile man, and he deserves no allies. I hope that an outstanding hero such as yourself is selective when making associations. By the way, I highly recommend the companionship of the jovial sage Urbane. Have you heard the rumors about Astraea of the Valley of Defilement? They claim that she and her royal knight have become demons and lead a clan of degenerate miscreants. In truth, the rumors are surely unfounded. There are all sorts of wrongdoers down there who would think up such nonsense. Yet if the rumors are true, then may she be eternally damned for her debasement of the Lord's name.
At least this guy gives me a little credit in addition to his god, Umbasa.
Thanks to you, I was able to seek refuge in this nexus. Now I stay here and pray, along with my disciples, for the heroes facing the demons. If you wish for benevolent protection in your fight against the demons, then bring me demon souls. I will cleanse them and perform a miracle with their power.
Sage Urbane is very much the faith-centric version of the magic-centric Sage Frake. He can turn your boss soul into miracles as opposed to sorceries. At this point in the game, he has Heal, which is self-explanatory enough, Antidote, which cures poison, Regeneration, which recovers your HP over time, Evacuate, which puts you back in the Nexus for free, Hidden Soul, which makes you harder to be detected by Black Phantoms, Banish, which straight up ejects Black Phantom PvP players from your game, and God's Wrath, which is essentially the only offensive miracle in Demon Souls. A faith build is definitely more support-oriented. I wanted to save Second Chance for last, which is insanely good. If you cast it, basically it prevents your HP from going below 1 for a single hit that would have killed you. It doesn't give you invincibility or anything, but it's incredibly useful and literally a lifesaver to have, if you can.
Ah, Astraea of the Valley of Defilement? I'm not sure, but Saint Astraea of the West was accompanied by the knight Garl Vinland. She would never turn to evil with that upstanding knight to guide her. Surely it is mere slander. Sadly, the weak are prone to such backstabbing. If you truly are a disciple, then you must have a talisman in God's image. Heavenly miracles occur in Boletaria through the talismans. God has granted this accursed land with a special power. It is God's way of telling us we must stand up to the demons. After the dark arts spread across the land, holy miracles were witnessed once again. The will of God is clear. We must defeat the demons, annul the curse of Boletaria, and purge the evil magicians who manipulate those accursed souls. As you know, Souls are a source of evil power emanating from the demons. King Alant was overcome by a lust for such power, and has placed Boletaria in her present predicament. Old Frake and the Candle Maiden are no exception. We must defeat the and what are you doing? What?
Okay, so, holy crap, that was me putting the controller on my leg. I really, really hate the L2 and R2 triggers on the DualShock 3. Thank goodness I didn't deal enough damage to put me into the hate threshold.
I cannot force you to do anything, but you must remember this. A demon soul is a source of evil power.
Oh,
Let's see if Sage Frake has anything to say about the new visitor in the Nexus.
Better than having you bother, say. I see.
You have your wits about. He has power over dark. I am fully prepared. I can still be patient.
Oh well, thanks for watching. In the next video we'll finish World 4. Bye for now.